All right, you ready to continue with our tour of El Tajin?
Yeah, in this video we want to watch the Papantla Flyers.
Yeah, and we're going to hear some local Totonaca speech from some of the local ladies.
Yeah.
Now he's talking about how the temples were painted, and they were painted with a bright blue paint. Well, some were painted red.
They had different kind of paintings. Was mineral, he say, animals, and plant.
Right, some of the paint was made by crushing rocks and making the paint. Some was using plant-based paints.
This is beautiful. I love it.
Y acá los que miramos que estaban pintados también son de tres, miren, recórranse. Y en la escalinata de ese templo vean que los
Now Antonio is explaining about the number 3 and how important the number 3 was to the Totonacas.
Scott, the number 3 was an important number. Es más, les expliqué y creo
In fact, the name Totonaca meant what?
Well, Totonacas means tres corazones.
3 hearts.
3 hearts.
Tres corazones in the Totonaca language.
pueblo Totonaco quiere decir en español.
Okay, this is the most famous temple in El Tajin. This is the iconic one that you see on all the postcards. It's got all the niches, and there's 365 niches representing
365 days.
365 days in a year
In the
and
year.
365 niches in this pyramid. Here we're coming upon 3 ladies who are selling some snacks, and these are local indigenous heritage women from the Totonaco culture, and they still speak that language.
Yeah.
So he's saying water is
Chuchu.
Chuchut,
agua.
Agua, chuchut. Lashish,
naranja.
Kuyim,
Jícama.
Hikam.
Aslen, buenos días.
Chuchu.
Hombre,
Shishku,
mujer,
Sumat,
sumat.
Niña, Chutsumat.
Sumat.
So here they are, he's throwing out words in Spanish, and they're replying with the meaning or the word in the Totonaca language.
Pero en realidad están diciendo niña. Y la planta de la vainilla, ¿verdad? Señor Scott.
es la planta
de la vainilla.
La vainilla.
La planta de la vainilla
Y de pitaya.
es una orquídea. Crece como un...
They're showing us the vanilla plant. And the vanilla plant is from an orchid. It's a vine from an orchid. And it was quite fragrant.
Surge como fruto estas vainas.
These
Que los
vines,
españoles
the Spanish people would see this vine, and that's where the name vainilla comes from, is the word vine.
se llama Shanat.
And they call it shanat.
X-A-N-A-T. Shanat. The local name for
Coyoles.
vanilla.
Bueno, ¿cómo se dice gracias en Totonaco?
Pachcatlikatzin.
Oh my gosh.
Pachcatlikatzin.
That was hard. That was difícil.
They translated thank you for speaking Totonaca, and they said it in their Totonaca language.
So, how was your experience with a guy?
I enjoyed the tour very much. It was 500 pesos, which I thought was kind of expensive, but I think, as they say in Spanish, vale la pena. It was worth it.
Yeah, I think so too. So I am so happy to understand many things, you know. So when it's my second time here, but we are just around and looking the parent or the culture, but we didn't understand exactly what's going on. So now it's very productive.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
So here we're watching the Papantla Flyers, or how do you call them?
Yeah, Voladores de Papantla.
Voladores. They're climbing this giant pole right now, and then they'll wind up the ropes and swing down.
Lluvia para las cosechas. Cuando él termina de pedirle al Dios Sol, se sientan, entonces cuando hay ceremonia para la lluvia.
Okay, gracias.
The guy told us that this ceremony is a ceremony to bring on the rain. It wasn't part of the ancient Totonaca culture, but something in fairly recent history, a ceremony that they perform to encourage the rain. The 4 flyers represent the 4 directions.
So we can see the most traditional ceremony from the Totonaca culture, the Papantla Flyers. Scott, can you explain what the guy said about the beginning, the Papantla Flyers?
Yeah, I guess it was about 450 years ago. The people in the area were going through a severe drought, and they feel that this was because they had neglected the gods. So they decided to come up with a ceremony to appease them, and they asked the mountain god if it would be all right if they cut down the tallest tree in the forest. They brought it back, and with some ceremony, they erected this tree, and they came up with the flying ritual. And apparently it worked, and the gods were appeased, the rains returned, and the earth was fertile once again.
Here in Papantla, here in the Tajin area. They are coming here, the guys. Thank you. Gracias.
As you leave the park, there are vendors selling their trinkets and things, and of course, this guy caught our eye because he had the jaguar sounds and the bird sounds, and Roman bought his bird whistle.
Yeah, that was amazing. ¡Qué bonito! ¿Ese cuánto cuesta?
Well, I hope you enjoyed our video of El Tajin, the ruins and pyramids of Papantla.
Papantla. So we have to say, see you next time with very kind and different ways. See you next time.
Bye.
Nunca lo podré olvidar. Yo les canto con amor a mi tierra tropical. Qué bonito es Veracruz. Nunca lo podré olvidar.